Hello, fellow traders. It's Nutty Bar, and it is time to do the recap. Let's jump right in. Oh man, today was okay. It was a green day, so please hear me when I say I'm not complaining, but um, okay. Let's go over the day. So we had right at the open, of course. First of all, overnight session really was choppy. Did not care for the overnight session. Didn't take any setups, nothing, no trades. But right off the open, we had a big move lower, follow with a big move higher, retested the 280s, and yeah, we just started going lower. And yeah, so basically, I was looking for shorts, looking for that setup, and as we came into this move higher right here, I was really on the fence about taking this trade on the five. So this blue line is the 5 minute 21 EMA. And technically at first I thought, yes, this is a setup. But then looking at my checklist, one of my keys for one of my requirements is that we are in a downtrend on the 2 minute chart. And on that, when that was happening, we had kind of broken the downtrend. Like, if you want to be aggressive, that the downtrend was basically this right here. And we had kind of broken that downtrend. And again, I'm not trying to be like perfect, but I am trying to make sure I follow all my checklist or 30 trades. And for those reasons, I decided, you know what? I'm not going to take the trade. It would have basically checkboxed every other thing. As you can see, it would have been a really, really good trade. My entry would have been the 167s. And I mean, it could have been a really nice trade. So because of that, didn't take that trade. So then I did really well being patient. Waited for this pullback here. And we did. We got this pullback. Didn't get an entry on the 2 minute 21 EMA, but then an entry triggered on the 21 EMA on the 5 minute. Well, and then I could justify it because we were in a downtrend still on the 2 minute chart because of this previous high. So that was a good setup. I took the entry. The entry was right here, the 25,100s. My first target was basically these lows here. And my second target was the 33s all the way down here. Now, when my first target was hit, this is something I struggle with mightily. And it's the trailing stop loss. And I don't know. I'm not saying one way or the other, but yeah, I used the trailing stop loss. Once the first target was hit, used the trailing stop loss. And as you can see, we got wicked up, stopped out on the runner, on the trailing, and we would have had a beautiful trade. And obviously, we would have hit my second target. So it's unfortunate. Basically, instead of if that trailing stop doesn't hit, we have a $200 profit day on the 50K and 100K accounts and a $400 profit day on the 150K accounts. So again, it was a green day. I'm not going to complain. Do feel like I could have been a little bit more aggressive on that trailing stop loss. Let it, give it a little bit more room just wiggle room, I guess. But obviously, hindsight is always 2020, so I try to keep that in mind. I don't know how I feel about trailing stops. Sometimes I would rather just keep the stop loss where I have it initially and literally not move it. And just, hey, whatever happens, happens. If my first target gets hit, it is basically now my stop loss is only half the risk of what I was willing to take on the first entry. So if I was okay with the risk on the full position, then why wouldn't I be okay with the risk on half that amount? So that's kind of how my brain rationalizes it, and why I sometimes don't move my stop to break even. Feel like I need to make a decision on that, and then basically just stay consistent. Because it does make a lot of variables once you start trailing your stop loss, where I feel like maybe I should just stick to one theory and then just stay consistent with it. Right now I'm leaning towards, hey, I just keep my stop where it is at, and it is what it is. We did it yesterday. Yesterday we had a trade that hit the first target, but then came back and stopped me out on my original stop loss. And honestly, I am way more okay with that than I am with this, where I really just missed a really, really good setup, and I really missed a good trade just because of trailing my stop. So I think it's not a right or wrong. It's just more like, what are you comfortable with? So anyway, I'll evaluate that. But again, overall, it was a good day, and I'm not complaining. A green day is a green day, so we will take it. Here is actually, never mind. Let me put this on the other trade, or the other monitor. So this was the setup. This was the trade. This is trade number 9 of 30. We're almost a third of the way to the 30 trade challenge. If you don't know what the 30 trade challenge is, it's basically taking this checklist, and for 30 trades, I be very, very specific about my entries and my trades. No FOMO, no random trades, and I let my trades work. That is the challenge on the 30 trade challenge. So yeah, that, again, we had a good entry. We had a downtrend. We were below VWAP. Entry here, stop above the highs. First target was this. Second target was this. And obviously our trailing stop loss got hit. But we followed all the rules, and it was a good entry. It was a good trade. It was a good trade, but I think I can learn from it, and it could have been so much better. That's kind of my takeaway. So anyway, that concludes the session for today. Whoops. Session for today. We are now done trading for the day. And we'll be back tomorrow. Hit the like button, subscribe button if you haven't. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, and God bless.